Okay. We are going to look at It's Learning first today, as soon as it's presenting. Okay, so today on It's Learning, we are going to be discussing types of sentences today. Then we're going to talk about acrostic poems, and we're going to do a poem practice together. And then you have some things, figurative language mix, which is identifying alliterations, hyperboles, personification, onomatopoeias, metaphors, and similes. And then you are creating your own acrostic poem today. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go over our poetry vocab like we always do. Okay, so this is just review because tomorrow you do have a figurative language assessment. And so you need to know these terms and things for your assessment. That's why I've been going through them every day since Monday. So a poem, a piece of literature that has a rhythm, often rhymes or repeats, expresses a feeling or idea. We have a verse, that's a line in a poem, similar to a sentence in a paragraph. We have a stanza, that's several verses grounded together in a poem, similar to a paragraph in a story. Rhythm, beat, tempo, or pattern as in music. So we have the example AAA, ABA, ABC, ABCA. Rhyme, which you did the other day, when two or more words have the same ending sound. Example, chime, rhyme, and time. Repetition, using the same word, phrase, or sentence multiple times. And then these are our figurative language. You are working specifically with all of these today, okay? We have a metaphor, a direct comparison of two objects, people, or things, often uses is, was, are, or were. He is a shining star is the example. Simile, a comparison of two objects, people, or things using the words like or as. Example, she shines like the sun. Alliteration, repetition of the first sound or sounds in a group of words. Sally sells seashells down by the seashore. Hyperbole, an over-exaggeration. Example, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. Idiom, an old saying that does not mean what it says. Cat got your tongue. Then these we worked with yesterday. We have onomatopoeia, words that imitate sounds, also called sound words. So example, crunch, pop, bang. And then we have personification, giving human characteristics or abilities to non-human objects or things. The rain pounded on the window. So those are review of some of the poem vocab that we've been doing. Today you are learning about an acrostic poem, okay? So I'm going to show you what an acrostic poem looks like. An acrostic poem means that a word is spelled out, and then for each letter of that word, you write a line or a word that starts with the same letter, okay? So you may have created one of these before. So this here is an acrostic poem about teacher. A teacher is for T, thoughtful, E, energetic, A, amazing, C, caring, H, helpful, E, encouraging, R, responsible. If you look at the word, it spells out teacher and it breaks down each letter, okay? Now I'm going to show you the same poem, but this time it's with sentences, okay? Or a line. So this time it's the same thing, teacher spelled out, but this time the phrase will start with the letter, but it has different words. Not every word in this phrase has the exact same letters. As you can see, it's not every word here starts with E, okay? It's just the first one. So T, thoughtful thinker who is, and so it goes through like a poem. E, excellent at educating. So it goes thoughtful thinker who is excellent at educating. Amazingly awesome students is for A. C, classrooms become a second. H, home when teachers give help. And E, encourage so that students can or reach their full potential. So if I were to read this poem without the word, it would say, thoughtful thinker, or a teacher is a thoughtful thinker who is excellent at educating amazingly awesome students. Classrooms become a second home when teachers give help and encouragement so that students can reach their full potential. Okay? Okay. So that is an example of acrostic poem. You are going to be working on an acrostic poem today. I have a parent messaging me on Class Dojo, so I'm going to take a very quick minute and respond to that parent real quick, and then we will move on because the student's having issues. Okay. So today you are working with an acrostic poem. You're creating your own for the word thankful, and I will show that to you here in a moment on It's Learning, and I'll remind you about that, okay? Now we're going to work on a poem together. It's labeled Christmas Time. So I'm going to read through this poem, and then we're going to go through and we're going to answer these questions, okay? So Christmas Time. A shiny little star burned bright, full of glowing light, spreading joy to the night, Christmas time. A time that fills us with desire and slowly sets our hearts on fire. We pray, we love, and listen to the choir, a jolly Christmas time. The Christmas tree stands so tall and so proud, takes a seat on the presents as they become a crowd, looks over the treasured presents like a hovering cloud. Everybody loves Christmas time. It's decorated merrily with colors and materials of all kinds. It's created a place of pleasure and joy for our eyes, our minds, and many years of pleasure and memories. It always unwinds. Christmas is slowly on its way to us. Can I hand you my phone? I have multiple parents messaging me about issues with It's Learning on Dojo, and it would just be easier if you were able to do that while I... Because it's Matt's parent and Jazari's parent. Okay, sorry it took me a second. I have parents messaging me on Dojo, and I want to make sure I'm giving you my undivided attention, but I also know that students need to get onto things. Okay, so I read this through. It says, we're not going to find a partner and read the poem 3 times together, then answer the questions. We're just going to go through and answer. How many stanzas are in this poem? Remember, a stanza are several verses grouped together in a poem, similar to a paragraph in a story. So I can see that there are clear sentences grouped together. So in the chat, if you would like to answer that question, please leave a comment for me. Who would like to answer that question? Bella, go ahead. How many stanzas are in this poem right here?
4.
Yes, 4. Good job. Thank you. For those that are like, where'd she get that? If you look, this one is grouped together. That's 1 stanza. This one's grouped together. That's 1 stanza. This one's grouped together. That's another stanza. And then we have our last one. Okay. Then this here says, write down 2 words with a suffix. That is an ending that is normally not the ending to the word. It's like something such as ly or things like that. So let's see if I can help you find some. Slowly. The root word is slow. ly is a suffix. So we'll write that one down. And then we're going to look for another one here. Anytime we add ing to a word, that is also a suffix. So hovering is another word we could use. Write down 2 rhyming words. So I'm asking for a friend to find some rhyming words for me. Aria, go ahead. Find some rhyming words for me.
Proud and crowd.
Okay, proud and crowd. Now they're spelled differently, but they do have the same sound. Good job. What word has the Y changed to an I and adds an ES? There's one word in here. It's in this last stanza here where the word is changed from a Y to an I and ES is added on the end. If you know the word, can you comment with the word in the chat for me, please? I'll give you a second to find it and then I'll check the chat. So it says, it's decorated merrily with colors and materials of all kinds. It's created a place of pleasure and joy for our eyes, our minds. In many years of pleasure and memories, it always unwinds. Christmas is slowly on its way to us. So I'm going to check the chat to see if anyone was able to find it. Good job, guys. Memories. Normally, memory is spelled like this. This is normally how it's spelled, but they changed the Y. They changed this Y to an I and added ES. So that would be that. Let's find 3 plural words. That means the word represents more than one. Okay, so if you find a plural word, comment it in the chat for me, please. I'll give about 10 seconds and then I'm going to check for the chat, okay? So try to find 3 plural words. Okay, I'm going to start checking the chat. I have memories, eyes, unwinds, colors. Okay, good. Presents. Let's see. Usually it ends with an S. Minds, kinds. So yes, we have a bunch of different ones. So I'm going to write presents as one of them. Memories was listed, so we'll write memories. And then let me check for minds. Okay. Now our next one, it says, what word has 3 syllables? That means when I say the word, my mouth drops down 3 times, okay? So that one may be a little more difficult for us to find. But I just found it. Memories. That's 3 syllables there. Okay? Now we're going to put these words in alphabetical order. If you would like to answer this question, put a number 7 in the chat for me. Okay, Jaylee Smiley was first to comment. What word would go first, Jaylee?
Very good. All right, thank you for helping us. Everyone, let's read our words.
We have presents, memories, Christmas, and joy.
Christmas.
Christmas, okay. What would go next?
Joy.
Okay, and then
You have the word.
what would go next?
Memories.
And then presents, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then the last one says, what is the effect of little stars' bright light? So that would probably be up here. It says, A shiny little star burned bright, full of glowing light, spreading joy to the night, Christmas time. So what is the effect of the little star's bright light? What is it doing? If you would like to answer that one, I need you to comment with a S for star. Area. What's the effect of it glowing? Area, you can unmute and answer for me.
Shining.
It's shining. What is it doing as it shines?
Spreading joy in the night.
Yes, spreading joy. So I'm going to write spreading joy down. My pen's going out slowly. But, okay, so we worked with this poem. I'm going to go back to its learning real quick, and I'm going to show you what some things look like on that. So let me move my screen down. Okay, so today you have an acrostic poem. Oops, wrong thing. That's not what I clicked on. I will put the acrostic poem in. Just give me a moment. Apparently, I didn't do it right. So we'll do... It'll just take me a moment, okay? There it is. Okay, this is what our acrostic poem looks like. As you can see, there's a lot to upload things into its learning for us. Let me make sure that gets uploaded really quick properly. So now I guess you're learning what we do every day to our list. Okay, so when you click on acrostic poem, it'll actually bring you to acrostic poem. You're going to write your first and last name. And this is just like the poem that we looked at for teacher. It says thankful on it. You're going to go through and you are going to answer with a word that starts with a T, a word that starts with an H that's related to the phrase thankful, okay? You also have a figurative language mix, which you will be looking at sentences and you will have to pick which one it is. We've been doing these all week, so these shouldn't be new to you. If you forget what one means, just Google it and it will remind you, okay? So you have some sentences. You're going to have multiple choice for that.
Your link is gone. I just refreshed my page and it's gone. That's why everybody's having issues. And my computer just died.
Okay, so let me copy my link again. And then you can say it's uploaded again. Oh, sorry. My Google Meet link is gone completely. And so that's why people are having issues getting on. Okay, it's posted now. So it should work. Okay. Then you also have a figurative language poem practice. You're going to read this poem here about your nose running. And then you are going to answer, give an example of figurative language, and then tell me what type is used. So you're going to write a line from the poem and then tell me what kind was used. So that would be simile, metaphor, onomatopoeia, hyperbole, personification, idiom, or alliteration. So you're going to do that, and then we're going to talk about types of sentences now, okay? We're going to start with a video. Oh, I gotta pull it up. I had it pulled up, but it's no longer pulled up. We're gonna start with a video on BrainPop.
My computer died right now, so this thing will not save me.
I just messaged Max's parent back as well. Okay, so types of sentences. We're going to watch this video. This is related to some things we're going to be talking about today, okay?
Come on, Moby, we're late. I am not ordering you around. Fine. Moby, will you please come with me? We are late. Dear Tim and Moby, I need to know about the 4 different kinds of sentences. From Jessica. We use different types of sentences for different purposes. A declarative sentence makes a statement. You are stepping on my foot. Declarative sentences always end with a period. An interrogative sentence asks a question. Did you remember to make lunch? Good. Interrogative sentences end with a question mark. An imperative sentence is used when you give a command or make a request. Put your seatbelt on. Imperative sentences usually end with a period, but they can also end with an exclamation point, depending on the force of the command. Put your seatbelt on. An exclamatory sentence is used when you want to express a strong feeling like anger, joy, or surprise. It's a flying saucer. It was there a second ago. Anyway, exclamatory sentences always end with an exclamation point. I smell something funny. What's that smell? Tell me what that smell is. That's disgusting.
Okay, so we are talking about types of sentences. I'm going to pull up my camera again, and we're going to look at some of those types of sentences. I have a definition and an example. So we have a declarative sentence. A sentence that makes a statement, it ends with a period. So that is saying, like, I'm going to Target after school. It's not giving a command, it's not asking a question, and it's not using full exclamation either. So their example, a monster has a blue bow in her hair. It's just a simple sentence. We have exclamatory, a sentence that shows strong emotion. It ends with an exclamation mark. This may be, I got my favorite toy for Christmas. Really excited. Their example, there's an orange monster. Okay. Imperative, a sentence that gives a command. It can end with a period or an exclamation mark. When we are working on things, and Mrs. Cox gives instructions, she usually uses imperative sentences. That means I'm telling you to do something, okay? So their example, don't touch the monster. It can be one that ends in a period, or it can be one that if it's like you really need to listen, it will be in an exclamation point. We have interrogative. That is a sentence that asks a question. It ends with a question mark, okay? And so an example of that one, because I don't have the paper with me, would be, can you please go clean your room? Would be a question example. We are going to practice some of those together. We're going to decide what type of sentence it is. So we right here have a worksheet. We're going to decide if it's declarative, imperative, interrogative, or exclamatory. I'm going to be calling on friends, okay? So I'm going to read the sentence and then I'm going to say comment with a certain whatever, so I know you're trying to answer that one, okay? My teacher is nice. Is that a declarative or a statement? Imperative, which is a command. Interrogative, a question, or exclamatory, which expresses strong feeling. If you would like to answer number 1, comment with an H, please. Whoops, wrong one. Comment with an H, please. I'm going to go with Eric this time. Eric, what kind of sentence is that? My teacher is nice.
A statement?
Yes, a statement or a declarative sentence. So I'm going to write D for declarative. Is my teacher nice? If you would like to answer number 2, comment with a Z. A Z. Aria, you only need to comment one time, girl, okay? Z. Go ahead, Aria. Is my teacher nice? What kind of sentence is that?
A question.
A question or interrogative. You need to learn both definitions because sometimes it will just have declarative, imperative, interrogative, and exclamatory as your options. So hopefully you remember what those mean. Yes, interrogative or question. Eat your vegetables. What kind of sentence is that? If you'd like to comment with a 3 in the chat. Axel, go ahead.
A declarative.
Am I telling you something to do? Eat your vegetables? Axel? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Command or imperative. Imperative. Your teacher is nice. If you would like to answer this one, comment with a K. I'm gonna go with Quinn. What kind of sentence is this one?
a comment.
Well, look at the ending. That's an exclamation point. That's expressing strong feeling. So what would that be?
A statement.
No, exclamatory expresses strong feelings. A statement just ends in a period, okay?
Okay.
So, exclamatory. The squirrel gathers hazelnuts. If you would like to answer this one, comment with a 6 in the chat. Aiden, Ash, go ahead, bud. Oh, sorry.
Declarative.
Yes, it's just a plain statement, declarative. Good. Do squirrels gather hazelnuts? If you'd like to answer that question, comment with an L in the chat. I've had friends that answered. Jaylee hasn't answered on this one yet. Jaylee, go ahead.
A question.
A question or interrogative. Gather those hazelnuts. What kind of sentence is that? Comment with a U in the chat. Carter T, go ahead.
Gather these hazelnuts. Okay.
Gather those hazelnuts.
Command?
Which one is it right here?
A command.
A command. Good job. Or imperative sentence. Okay. The squirrels gather nuts. That's going to be exclamatory. Okay. So that's some practice for us. We have another practice, but I think we'll save that for depending on time. Yeah, we will save. No, we can do it. We have time. So we have another one right here. We're going to go through. This time it doesn't have the word bank, so you're going to have to tell me if it's a command, a statement, a question, or an exclamation sentence, okay? If you would like to answer number 1, put in number 1 in the chat, please. I'm looking for friends that haven't gotten to answer yet, so I may not call on you even if you comment in the chat. Anyone else? These people have already answered. Carter T, what is your favorite game? What kind of sentence is that?
I think it is. A question.
Good job. Question. I'm going to just write Q for question this time. Next one. My favorite game is hide and seek. Is that a command, a statement, a question, or an exclamation? If you would like to answer, put put an X in the chat. Area. People aren't blowing up the chat. They're trying to answer questions. Eric, go ahead.
Wait, what were the options you can choose from again? Like, what are the questions? Like, so is it statement?
Yes, statement. Thank you. We play all the time. Is that a statement, a command, a question, or an exclamation? If you would like to answer this, put a 3 in the chat. If you've just answered, you don't need to keep commenting. I'm going to go with Aiden Ash this time.
A statement?
Yes, a statement. How long was your longest game? Put a 4 in the chat if you'd like to answer. Axel.
A question.
Thank you. One time my friend and I played for 2 hours. If you would like to answer this one, put a Y in the chat. Bella. What is that? Exclamation. Thank you. I couldn't hear you too well. You're not very loud in your microphone. We were really tired afterwards. If you would like to answer this one, put an F in the chat, please. Eric, I'm not going to call on you. I just need one F like that, okay? Quinn.
Wait, what?
Answer number 6. Is that a statement, a question, a command, or an exclamation?
Statement.
Thank you. Do you think you could play that long? Is that a question, an exclamation, a statement, or a command? If you would like to answer this one, put an exclamation point in the chat, please. Jaylee Smiley, go ahead.
It's a question.
Good job. I also like to play freeze tag. If you would like to answer, put a J in the chat, please. We're gonna do area. I also like to play freeze tag. What is that?
A statement.
Look at the ending. Is it a statement, question, command, or exclamation?
Exclamation.
Yep, thank you. Have you ever played freeze tag? That is a question. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to label the rest just for the sake of our time frame. So you have time to work. Do you like running away or chasing better? That is a question. I like both of them. That's a statement. Maybe someday we'll get to play freeze tag together. That's a statement. Doesn't that sound like fun? That's a question. How many people do you usually get to play? That's also a question. I like to get as many people to play as I can. That's a statement. So this one was practice of these 3 right here. It did not have the imperative or command sentences, okay? So on It's Learning, we're going to go back. Someone needs to mute their microphone, please. Eric, since you're commenting gibberish, you can watch the video. Goodbye. Okay. On types of sentences today, you're going to click on this. Who is it that needs to mute? Bella, please mute. You're going to click on types of sentences. It's going to give you the simple statement, question, command, or exclamatory. You're going to go through and you're going to answer these. This is Christmas related, okay? Some of them are statement, question, command, exclamatory. Others are declarative. Yazari, please mute. Some of them are declarative, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory. If you look, these are the exact same order as those. Okay, so if you don't remember what these mean, declarative is the exact same spot as statement. Declarative means statement. Question and interrogative mean the same. Command and imperative are the same, and then exclamatory remain the same. Okay, so then that lets you answer those. All of those, okay? So on It's Learning today, you have types of sentences, you have a figurative language poem practice, figurative language mix, and an acrostic poem. And then at 10:30, so an hour and 15 minutes, we will have a math lesson to do, okay? You should so I'll see you at 10:30 on that, okay? Now, do we have any questions? If you have a question, comment with a question mark in the chat for me, please.